Hello guys, I am Tang from Raffles University. Today I'm going to present about the pop art and graffiti and also some of my design that I use the art style of pop art and graffiti. So let's get started. What I will talking about later is the history background and the chosen contemporary designer and finally my design artworks. So firstly, the first part, history background. The, the history background of pop art. Pop art is an art movement that started in America and British in 1950s and it get more famous in 1960s and 70s. The major elements in pop art are bright, vibrant and well-saturated color and its target on general public and also it is very low cost and can be mass produced as in the advertisement, magazine and newspapers. Pop art has bring influences into some of the modern art design with bright, bold, and user-friendly looks. So nowadays, some of the products, fashion, and web design even refer to the famous pop artworks. So next, graffiti. The modern graffiti can date back to the 1960s and 1970s in New York, and using the spray pen and pen maker as the main medium. So graffiti can be defined as drawing, scribbling, and writing on the surface. However, the graffiti here refers to the artwork that use bold colors and highly stylized lettering or cartoon-like characters in this artwork. And this kind of graffiti, also known as street art, it gives a very impressive visual for the audience. And this graffiti scene has inspired the rap music in America, and these designs are used to influence the lyrics and their album art. And also, some of the modern fashion designs and inspiration make references to the street art, such as their spray paint image. So here is the example of graffiti. Next, the second part, my contemporary designer, and the chosen one is Banksy. So he is a famous yet anonymous British street art and graffiti artist. His real identity is still unknown because he kept it secret intentionally. Why is he famous? Because he is well known for delivering sarcastic message of big companies and politics in his art. And also, his art is can be recognized easily because he's done in particular style. And in 2000s, he expanded his artwork beyond the Bristol and leaving his artistic mark all over the world. And what are his achievements? The first, the biggest achievement he made is he's able to deliver message with just simple colors and shapes, and it will be very influential and get viral easily after that. And he's not like other very famous artists. He refused to get any rewards or award from like official organization. So what are the design elements he used? So the firstly, the main topic he used in his artwork is to delivering the sarcastic political message such as war, capitalism, greed, and etc. And the most common objects in his art are children, such as in the example I made. After that, in most of his art, there's no tidy and clean outline. Instead, he used only color and value to show the shape and details of the object. Also, most of his art are done in black and white, but he will use some color on some part to catch the attention of the others. So we can see here he used gray and black to show the object and its detail, and he used the yellow icon to catch our attention here. And besides, he also implemented the use of color value in his artwork. So example, like I mentioned before, he used white color to define the object and black colors to emphasize the details and the shadow. So most of his art are done in on the walls, so the texture are different. Hence, he make use of this texture in his art to give a different feelings or visual expressment. Also, he applied the movement in his artwork to make the object look more dynamic. So, Banksy is unlike other graffiti artists. He doesn't use any very bold color and highly stylized or abstract shape in his letter. Instead, he used only very simple, personal handwriting style in his artwork. And this kind of letter can be easily understood by the audience. And finally, the most used technique by Banksy in his artwork is multi-layer stenciling. So in his work, it's because to produce the artwork in a faster way. So he created a lot of stencils for every single artwork. Usually he used the base stencil to define the object shape. Then the following stencils are used to show the detail. Like in the image, the white is to use to define the object, and the black color is to show the details and the shadow of the object here. So why his work represent graffiti? Because he used very visually stimulating images of social commentary and satire that based on the politic, culture, and ethnic with graffiti. So, and also he also done his most of his art in the public places and show it to the mass audience. And finally, I'm going to make an art analysis of one of his art, The Love is in the Air. So this art is to deliver the most important message, peace. So we can clearly see that a man is about to throw a bunch of flowers in this work. So he used the base color of the wall to define the shape of object and the highlights of the object, and black color to show the details and the shadow. And also some of the colors are applied on the flower to implement the message of the piece. And moreover, we can see the movement of the object where the man looks like he's going to throw the flower. So the final part, my design. So in this part, I will choose an influencer as the object of my design. And I refer to the Banksy art style with a mix of other art style in my designs. So later, this design also will be applied to the mask and a household item. So I will show you later. So the influencer I choose is Sergi Constant. He is a Spanish bodybuilder, model, and actor, and he is very fascinated by sports. And here are some of his slogans. Be your own hero, I never lose, either I win or I learn from it. I will persist until I succeed, and don't find yourself, build yourself, and finally, the best will comes after the hardest climb. So the first design I use is Banksy's way to define the object, and also I use bright blue color as the background. So the blue color is used to give a feeling of masculine, and white bold letters is used to emphasize the hardcore style. In the second design, I refer to his artwork Flying Cooper. So in here, the eye-catching element I use is a red color cape to make the object looks like a superhero in this design. The third design is a totally different atmosphere and style because I use the color scheme of the logo of TikTok. So the result gives a very different atmosphere and feeling compared to the classic artworks of Banksy. And the final design has some similarities with the second design. So in this design, I only used the influencer's head picture instead of his muscular body in order to give a feeling of pondering, deep thinking. And also, I use the red color in the most important word, the best view, to catch the attention of the audience. So here is the first mask design. I used my first design which is in the blue color and masculine feeling. And the second one is I use the third design, which is give a feeling of TikTok here. So here I'm going to show you some of the household item design. The item I choose is phone case and the mouse pad, and from I will apply this design I done on this surface using the overlay and hard overlay effect. It's time for showcase. So this is the first design. The second design, the third design, and the last design. So here are the references I use in my presentation. And finally, that's all for my presentation. Thank you.